Hello everyone watching on YouTube, and welcome to Fire Emblem 3 Houses, the Ashen Wolves DLC, because that's what we're going to be doing today. For those of you on YouTube who may not know, we started a sub-goal list over on Twitch recently, and the first sub-goal, which was hit almost immediately, was the Ashen Wolves DLC for Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I have technically played this before, but I only played like 20 minutes of it, I think. I bought the DLC almost when it came out, I think, whenever that was. And I don't remember what happened when I was playing it, but the DLC came out, and I picked up the game and loaded it up to play it, and I just wasn't in the mood for Fire Emblem, I think is what it was. So the DLC came out, I got it because I liked 3 houses I had played. At the time, I had played Black Eagles and like half of a Blue Lions run. So I got the DLC, and then I just wasn't in the mood for Fire Emblem, so I didn't play it, and I just never went back to it. I just never got an opportunity to go back and actually play through it. And then I ended up doing the Golden Deer run with Slyro, which was a lot of fun on the channel, and I just never did the Ashen Wolves side story. I've only done the first... I think I was only on the first map. I don't even think I finished a map in the DLC. So all I know about Ashen Wolves comes from Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Like, I know Hapi, Constance, Yuri, and Balthus. I really like Hapi and Balthus. I think they're really fun characters, and Constance and Yuri are interesting. So I'm going into this about as blind as I can be. Almost as blind as I can be. So I'm excited for it. Very excited. So we're gonna load it up. Chat, let me know if we end up needing to mess with the audio or anything once we get into the game. It's kind of hard to tell with the opening screen because it's so quiet. How the side story plays. The side story differs from the main game in the oh, I gotta set my throat, sorry. In the following ways. Something really in my throat, am I good? Growth. Units will level up, but skill levels will not increase. I assume skill levels is that like like how good your punching is? Like the CBA rank in punching and whatnot? Or is it like the mastery of your class? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Classes. Units can change classes, but cannot gain new certifications. How do I change classes if I don't have certification? I will find out. Chat will tell me, if nothing else, if I get confused. Bowser304, thank you for summoning Tier 1 for 5 months. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for that support. Ore. You gain ore by winning battles and inflicting armor breaks. Interesting. I don't remember how you get ore in the base game anyways. I don't think I've played 3 houses since I did the Golden Deer run with Slyro, actually. And that was like 3 years ago? I don't remember. Be mindful of your weapon durability. There is a finite amount of gold and ore, and only the Sword of the Creator is repaired when you explore. Okay, so we are going to have the Sword of the Creator. Before each battle, use the shops around Abyss or the battle prep menu to refresh your battalions and forge and repair your weapons. We will play on hard because I am an experienced player, even though it's been a minute since I played last. Classic, because classic makes sense and works for Fire Emblem style strategy games. We'll be male Byleth, and our name will be Byleth. Another thing, there is one other thing I know about the DLC. I know it's not super long, because my boy Slyro, I told him that I was doing this, that it was a sub-goal and all, and he told me he is expecting me to take 2 to 3 streams. So I'm not expecting this to be super long, but I didn't expect it to be long even before he told me that, but we'll see how it all pans out. I will not play online, I don't need that. I don't need to be online.
Cindered Shadows, the 4th house.
What? That's not Jiraiya-sensei.
In the Imperial year 185, the construction of Garreg Mach was completed. Saint Seros held a sacred ritual to honor the occasion. 4 saints, known as the 4 apostles, were led to a tranquil place to perform the ritual. They poured their holy essences into the chalice of beginnings, a gift from the goddess herself, in hopes of bringing about her second coming. Alas, the rite of rising failed. Bearing the blame for the ritual's failure, the 4 apostles left the monastery, all but vanishing from the land. The first sought the lush forest of Adrestia's mountains. The second traversed Fódlan's fangs, settling on the ocean's salted shores. The third traveled to the mountains, vanishing beneath their lofty peaks. And the fourth faded into shadow, in a town untouched by day's light. Lost to history, nothing but legend now remains of the four apostles. Their offering to the Nabatean chalice and the goddess, who never returned.
Okay, so these, like, four apostles were trying to... Rhea was presumably using them to try to revive Sothis?
Excuse me, sorry to intrude.
Oh, we gotta start with Alois, are you for real? Presumably, like, they said they were trying to, like, return the goddess or whatever with this chalice of beginnings, so that's Sothis, which means Rhea must have been in charge of it, because Rhea is Rhea. And this was just a failed attempt at trying to get Sothis back, is what I'm getting from this? That I'm sure will play a part later in the story?
Please, forgive the disruption, Lady Rhea, but I have that report you asked for.
Do not worry yourself, Alois. As it happens, I am presently unoccupied. Please, go on.
Ah, great. I'll just... Huh? What's that book you've got there?
Didn't you have a report?
It is a chronicle, covering the 995 years since Garreg Mach Monastery's completion.
Huh? Sounds like a good read.
Maintaining the church's records is one of the duties entrusted to all archbishops, myself included. This one states that Saint Seros ordered the monastery's construction after the end of the War of Heroes.
Chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but Rhea is Saint Seros and all that jazz, right? She's like the daughter of Sothis or something, but like when she says there are other archbishops, she really just means herself, right? Hasn't she always been the archbishop? But I guess she like comes up with a new name for herself every like couple of decades or something like that. Yes. Okay, cool. So I do remember that right.
This is a rare and valuable text. Most documents of that era have been lost to time.
See. Time aside, we also lost many books in that massive fire 21 years ago.
Indeed. What was once well documented exists now only in this chronicle. Not least of which is the ceremony commemorating the monastery's completion.
Interesting. I'll admit, I know the year it took place, but not a thing beyond that.
That is to be expected, unfortunately. According to this chronicle, the rite of rising was held during the ceremony. The intent was to bring about the goddess's rebirth.
The Rite of Rising, huh? Can't say I've ever heard of that one.
Was Alois really the best character they could choose for this conversation?
I am not surprised. There should be countless records documenting that important ritual. Alas, today all we have to go on are fragments of forgotten memories and our own imaginations. One thing is clear. Their wish for the goddess's return was most fervent. Saint Seros held the ritual along with the four apostles, Noah, Chevalier, Timotheus, and Oban.
Timotheus sounds familiar. None of these other words sound familiar. Not even the word for. How do you count? Timotheus sounds familiar to me, but I don't know why. Hello to everyone in chat, by the way. King of Hope, Zalik, anyone else? Good to have you, good to have you.
However, it did not bear fruit, as the goddess did not return to this world. So it is written.
I've never heard of the four apostles before. They're different from the four saints, right?
That is correct. Today, almost no records exist of the four apostles. Their names live on only in the names of their crests. But the bloodlines bearing those tokens of the past have been lost.
Oh, I see where this is going. Hold up, let me look at the log. Their names live on only in the names of their crests, but the bloodlines bearing those tokens have long been yada yada yada. There are 4 of them. Okay, I think I know where I remember Timotheus from. So, of you 4 apostles that gave crests, which one of you lines up to the Ashen Wolves. I remember Timotheus, so I'm gonna bet Timotheus is Hapi's crest. I must have seen the name of the crest in Three Hopes, that's why it's familiar to me. Chevalier? That's like a knight. That's like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Knight card? I'm gonna bet that one. That one's Yuri. Aubin is Balthus, and Noah is Constance. That's my guess.
Any deeper knowledge of the Apostles has all but disappeared from the grand stage of history.
Well, that's interesting. Does that mean there's somewhere backstage?
In a sense, it is possible that their bloodlines have carried on in secret, perhaps materializing where no one thought to look.
Yeah, behind a DLC.
I had not intended to indulge in such a long-winded lecture. Please, tell me your report, Alois. It concerns the underground, does it not?
Oh, right. It's as you suspected. Recently, there have been several incidents in the area beneath Garreg Mach.
Abyss, or whatever it's called. Should we tell you? You should never tell me something about the game I'm speculating on unless I ask you to. You will be timed out. Exactly, the 4 apostles were hidden behind a paywall.
Are you certain that suspicious individual you spotted went through there?
Oh, look at the spaghetti hair. It's making me retch. The best thing they did for Dimitri in Three Hopes was give him a cool hairstyle.
I will say, that does look a bit like a passageway, doesn't it?
Unless I dreamt it up while sleepwalking, there's no mistaking what I saw.
I never thought I'd say this, but I believe Claude's story. In fact, it reminds me of something. I have heard tales of countless passages snaking beneath Garreg Mach. This is undoubtedly one of them.
Perhaps so. In any case, there is no telling where it leads.
Oh no. Oh, you're right. There's no telling what we could find. Terrible danger, wicked creatures, unspeakable smells.
Not the smells!
The risk is too high, your highnesses. I must humbly insist that you wait here, where it's safe and smells nice. Meanwhile, Teach and I will track down the bandit-shaped person. If we don't return, do me a favor and call for the knights, will you?
That is quite enough. As though we would allow you to make that call on your own. With so little information, it's far too dangerous. We'll come along as well, right, Dimitri?
Yes, of course. If it was indeed a thief, we must not allow them to get away with their crime. Considering what took place at the goddess's rite of rebirth, vigilance is paramount.
Right, well, tag along if you insist. Just don't come crying to me if we all meet a terrible fate. Deal?
Likewise. Well, no use dallying. Let's be on our way. Unless there's someone else we should call for?
No, the 3 house leaders and the OP Ashen Demon, the 4 of us should suffice. We're built different.
Teach is right. There isn't a moment to lose.
Whoa there! What's all this, Professor? You and the 3 house leaders creeping around at night? Pretty shady if you ask me.
Hilda, Hilda, Hilda. I do vaguely remember this because when I played the DLC for like 20 minutes back in the day, I got to the first map, I just never finished the first map. And I remembered that they gave you like 3 random students along with the house leaders. Love that we get Hilda here. Linhardt's awesome. Ash exists. I wish that the game let me pick, though, of the other, like, how cool would it be if the game was like, pick one house member, or pick one character from each of the 3 houses to join you. Dude, we would have Felix, Edelgard, or not Edelgard, she's already here. Felix, Dorothea, and who would I call from Golden Deer? Marianne? Marianne. No, Hilda. Hilda's already here. Hilda. Easy. Although I might need Marianne for another mage that can heal. If I just have Dorothea. It'll be fun.
It's certainly a rare and unexpected sighting, especially considering the hour.
Looks like a whole lot of something is about to happen. I'm going back to bed.
Stop right there, Lenhart. Your bad luck is our good fortune. You're coming with us.
It's your bad luck. I love that.
You could stop thinking of ways out of this, Hilda. We could use your help, too.
You as well, Ash. I'll explain everything on the way.
Happy to help. We don't have anything better to do at this hour, so we may as well pitch in.
You have our gratitude. Now then, let us be on our way. Ready, Professor?
The more the merrier, I suppose. Let's just hope we're not all marching to our doom.
Yuri, this is brutal. Tell me again why you're subjecting me to this devastating boredom?
Yo, this music is pretty good. Yo, Balthus and Yuri, let's go.
Enough with the yawning, Balthus. If you're really that bored, you could always make a friendly wager.
Thanks, but no thanks, pal. I'm low on funds as it is. Last thing I need is another debt I can't pay.
Right, B. As if you could say no to that.
Hey, Hapi and Constance as well.
How diverting that you should bicker for my amusement. Imagine my overwhelming dread were I stuck here without such joyous entertainment.
Count me out. I'll lead the talking to Yuri, Bird, and Coco.
Hey, boss. Back already, huh? Have you detected any movement on the surface?
Well, I looked for the Cardinals meeting, just like you said.
Yo, check out Balthus's hairstyle. It looks sick. He looks like he looks like he'd fit right in like Greece or something.
The thing is, I was spotted by some weirdos. They chased after me and everything.
Some weirdos, you say? Sound very helpful. They weren't knights, were they?
I don't know. There were only a few of them, but I bet they were armed to the teeth.
With meager numbers like that, I doubt they intend to take on Abyss.
They probably took you for some kind of villain. They'll lock you up if they catch you. Finally, a little action. Let's find them first and throw some punches.
Balthus is so ripped.
Hold, Balthus. 'Tis ignorance itself to rush headfirst into trouble.
You're excited to fight too. You've been waiting for a chance to try out your shiny new magic.
Surface laws don't apply down here. That gives us the freedom to have some fun with them. They're probably not knights, but our new friends definitely work for the church.
You had best not leave me behind.
It seems this place is more than a simple passageway. There's clear evidence of human habitation.
People living under Garreg Mach? Oh, my brother used to tell me stories like that back in his academy days.
Ah, so Holst attended the academy as well, then?
Of course. Back then, there were tons of rumors about what goes on below Garreg Mach. Something about tons of passages and houses beneath the town, all inhabited by super shady people. It had a real intimidating name, too. What was it again? I think it was called Abyss?
That's 2 points for the pink-haired gal. Welcome to Abyss, strangers.
Identify yourself. That uniform.
Welcome, curious students of the Officers' Academy. What brings such fine, upstanding surface dwellers to our humble abode?
We're tracking someone who was creeping around the monastery.
Our business here does not concern you. Do you intend to let us pass?
Such indulgence simply cannot be permitted. Your words may fool the fool, but I cannot be so easily deceived. I, Constance von Nouvelle, shall divine your true intentions. You are here by order of the church, which cruelly plots to eliminate the inhabitants of Abyss.
I guess we are. Let's exterminate them. I thought that Balthus and Hilda knew each other. Based on 3 hopes? Maybe just Balthus and Holst know each other? Hilda doesn't know Balthus? Maybe? You think the church wants to eliminate you?
Did she say Nouvelle?
Does the church want to eliminate them because they're not paying rent for living in the basement of Garreg Mach? Am I here to collect rent? You better give me the rent.
I don't care what the reason for this brawl is. A fight's on the menu, and I'm ready to feast. Let's get right to it, yeah?
By the look of them, I'd wager they're experienced combatants. I'm not certain this is a wise endeavor.
I was thinking the very same thing. Time to make a strategic retreat, then?
Turning back already? Oh, but you'll make me so sad. Now, why would you want to do that? Everyone here is starved for amusement. They've been waiting for a good fight.
Wow, look at that. A flawless example of a surprise attack. These aren't your run-of-the-mill thugs.
Claude, this isn't the time to be impressed by our enemy. We must find a way through at once.
Hilda. Kill. Don't worry, guys. It'll be handled shortly.
Wait. Claude, is it? Isn't the brand new heir of House Regan?
Who, me? Nah, wrong guy. Claude's a common name in Fódlan. It's just too dashing for new moms to pass up.
That's so Claude.
It's even a popular choice for fake names. Just a good, solid, all-purpose moniker, you know?
Right, except there's only one Claude enrolled at the academy this year. Looks like that's you.
How do you even know that?
Ah, you just gave yourself away, pal. Looks like my luck's finally taking a turn for the good.
I cannot believe that Claude just fell for that.
All right, so your choices are as follows. Line up for the beating of a lifetime, or let us lock you up like the good boys and girls you undoubtedly are.
I have no clue what this guy's going on about, but it looks like a fight's in order. And it's pretty much all my fault. There's a saying from the East about fighting a flicker with a flame. Seems applicable right about now.
Finally, let's do this already. Prepare to face the almighty King of Grappling.
Why can't I shake the feeling that I know that wild man?
Okay, so Hilda and Balthus do know each other. All right. I will use save file 1, I suppose.